even open that door, did I? What is up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, or welcome to an episode of Vlog here on Euro Auto Enthusiast, and I'm in the M3 today. I have been posting a lot of DIYs for the Alfa Stelvio Quadrifoglio, I guess Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, for the Alfa Romeo community. I know a lot of us don't own quadrifolios right now. There's a lot more 2.0 owners, whether that be the Giulia or the Stelvio, but there are owners that own quadrifolios. And yes, I get it. There's not a lot of you out there that want to turn a wrench on your cars. You just don't have the time. Maybe you feel like it's more advantageous to just take it to a dealer or even independent shop. I showed in the last video doing the spark plugs how much I saved on the spark plugs alone. When I shared in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, you know, someone mentioned that, hey, I just take mine to the dealership, and that's great. That is great. And mind you, I'm just sharing for those that want to turn a wrench. Today, I'm going to talk about the E92 M3 because I have an event coming up at the end of the week, or just this weekend, that I'm getting the car ready for just a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to stay the way it is. I want to give a little bit of a backstory on the vehicle and then get into what my plans are for the car this weekend and what the actual plans are moving forward from there. Hang tight with me as I run through some of the, I'd say, pertinent details about what made this car special when I bought it, and a topic that always has had the community buzzing about the S65 engine in these E9X platforms and even some of the other platforms as well. And I'm going to let you know where I stand on that and what has, and more so what has not been done to this high mileage example. So some backstory on this 2012 E92 M3. I bought it in 2016 after my E46 M3 was totaled, sadly. However, I was fortunate enough to find this example in San Antonio at the BMW of San Antonio. This car had major hail damage, and it had hail damage on the hood, the roof, the trunk, and portions of the quarter panel all the way around. Here was the kicker. When I took it for a test drive, it was mechanically sound. It was a one owner with around 57 or so thousand miles on it, and it sounded and it drove very well. It just cosmetically had taken on a lot of damage. Now get this, the going price for this vehicle at that time, in excellent, or just let's say very good condition with that mileage in this year and the options that are in here, was around $42,000 to $44,000. Well, I didn't pay that much, of course, for this example. I ended up paying $22,000 for this E92 M3. Yes, a $20,000 to $22,000 savings on this vehicle. And after sitting there doing some homework, rummaging through ECS tuning and FCP Euro and mod bargains and all the different sites that I could find where I could order a replacement hood and trunk, and just a little bit of basic knowledge that I knew about PDR, paint dent repair, and just bodywork in general, I figured I definitely could get all of those things done under $20,000. In fact, I felt like I probably could get it done under $8,000 to $10,000. So I took a gamble and purchased this vehicle, and I have not been more happy about a purchase in my life. So I'm not going to go through a full list of everything that I've done to the car. I will have that listed on the vehicle at the event, and of course the mileage of the car. So that's what I'm really going to get to, is the current mileage and the topic that I mentioned earlier that's talked about in the community, to the part that we're all waiting for. Here we are inside the M3, and I am going to show you how many miles are on this example. So let's just start it up without further ado. There we are, 173,444. That is how many miles is on this high mileage example. So I drive, I drive this car. Like I said, I drive it. I bought it under 60,000 miles, and I have more than doubled that. I've almost tripled that in the years that I've had it. I've had it since 16. Here we are in 24. So that is what, 8 years? Am I doing my math right? 8 years? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 8 years I have had this car, and I drive it. Now, with the exception of when I lived in Wisconsin, it was parked during the winter. It was stored, but I would bring it out on, a dry day where there's no snow, no salt. But even then, I would make it up in the summer because I'm going to shows and I'm driving all over the country. So, so that is what is up with the E92 M3 in terms of mileage. But you know that thing that they talk about with maintenance on the S65 V8 engine that's right here in this E92 M3, and they actually talk about it on some of the other engines too, but this one in particular, the rod bearings, which are down below, and the throttle actuators, which sit back in here once I take that plenum off to access it. Two things: they have not been done, to my knowledge. They have not been done. And I know you're already saying it. Man, you are gambling. And I get it, man. I get it. But look, I'm trying to prove a point. I am not saying that it could not ever happen in the engine. And I'm not saying that the proof isn't in the pudding with the shops removing rod bearings from lower mileage example. I believe I've seen where the car only had 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles, and they had worn pretty badly. I have no intentions of doing the rod bearings or the throttle actuators anytime soon. So more so, the rod bearings is what I am talking about. My intentions is to drive this M3 until it hits 200,000 miles. Once it hits 200,000 miles, I will then do the rod bearings. And in doing so, I will find out if those are the original, genuine rod bearings that came in this car from day one, or if the previous owner changed it. I am going to be at Impact at Circuit of the Americas, or COTA, right here in Austin, Texas. This M3 is going to be there, and I will have it posted that this is a high mileage example. I don't know if it's a high mileage or the highest mileage being driven here in the United States. If you know of another one, please go to Instagram and tag them. I'm going to make a post on Euro Auto Enthusiasts on Instagram and tag them in that post to share their mileage on their E9X platform. And I am talking original miles, not a second engine, not an engine transplant. I'm talking the engine that came in that vehicle, high mileage example. Let me know, and also you can let me know down in the comments. But yes, I will be at Impact at COTA this weekend, this Saturday, June 1st, and this vehicle will be there as you see it. As you see it. Of course, it will be cleaned up a little bit, but I'm not doing anything to it but driving it and showing this off as a high mileage daily driver example, having not done the rod bearings, throttle actuators, and I don't even know what the third one is for the big three. Is it the diff or is it the bushings? I don't remember which one of those it is. I've done, fluid changes, but nothing else has been changed. But yes, that is it. This is what you're going to see. You're going to see it just as it is, flawed but loved and driven. So if you want to see it out there at Impact, and you're going to be down here in Austin, Texas, June 1st, stop by, let me know that you're here, and you'll see the M3 there. I feel like it is definitely time to switch up what this car looks like. I've enjoyed it the way it is. I am ready to enjoy it just a little bit different now. I'm ready for it to look probably quite a bit different now, but still the same drive and miles per gallon that it gives me right now. So thank you for tuning in to another episode here on Your Auto Enthusiast. Please come back for the upcoming episodes to follow up with the E92 M3. Of course, DIYs and mods for the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and some after movies. It is about time for me to edit content from all these events that I have gone to and bring you. One of the things I really love doing is making after movies, so stay tuned for those too. As always, show up for yourself, love yourself. You have to do that for you before you can do it for anyone else. And of course, keep driving. Salute.